classes we are discussing monsoon. Now there are three key parameters here. Onset is number one, which is given in your syllabus. What is onset on a monsoon? What do you mean by onset is starting of a rainfall. It's called onset. That is today's first phenomena. Then next one is withdrawal or offset. This is called second phenomena, and third phenomena is critical spell. These three things we are going to discuss in today's class. What do you mean by onset is starting day of a monsoon rainfall, which is called onset. What is the first day monsoon starts in Bangalore? You should mark that date. From that day, whole 3 months you will be having rainfall. That is called onset. Onset for Kerala will be different. Onset for Gujarat will be different. Kerala will start on June 1. They will have rainfall. But in Gujarat, you will see nearly July 1 or last week of the June will be the onset for them. So they will be not having rainfall in that period of days. You go to Indian Meteorological Department, that website, click that today's rainfall throughout India. They will show you the live status, state-wise, district-wise, everything you can see. So this much of live recording they have. Only thing is you have to be aware. Subject is what you are studying in class, but your curiosity should be some far better. So you should think that what is happening in real time. When does the last monsoon come in our India? We are in 2026. So when will monsoon come? Your brain is the first friend. Whenever you are in trouble, he will help you. He will either help you in legal or illegal, according to your habit. If you train your brain in illegal way, brain will always think all the illegal things. Ticket is 200. No, I will buy the ticket only in offline. You go to IPL match. One day before the ticket, you can get it nearby the entrance in illegal way. Tickets will be 500, but it will be cost around 2000, 2500 minimum. So like that, train. Your habit is start studying one day before exam. When you are requiring marks, then only you will be visiting staff. See, a faculty is to discuss. When you will discuss, when students will come and discuss, the faculty is for finalizing mark, for getting mark. That is the only thing you are visiting to the faculty. But it is not only the purpose. That is also a purpose. You have to visit and discuss regarding your subject. They are experts in your subject. Not only for my subject I am saying, for all the subjects. You can visit that faculty, clarify yourself. This is the way education should happen. Okay, let me come to this. When does the monsoon hit in 2025? In Indian Meteorological Department website, you have the date. This is a map I have taken from that website only. This is monsoon hit in 2025. We are in 2026, which will be June 1st. We will be having this rainfall or monsoon. But in 2025, what happened? There are two colors here, no? What are the two colors is? You can see normal dates of onset. What do you mean by onset? Beginning of the rainfall, starting day. This is normal day. Normally, this graph, there are lines, no? Red color lines. If you catch one line, throughout the line, the dates are same. Mark that 5th June. Throughout the line, 5th June will be the starting of the rainfall throughout this place. So like that, you see, it hits here, and at the last you see June 29, it hits near the Rajasthan or to Pakistan. This is called effective rainfall or onset. So this you have to understand. What is the normal date of onset, which I have discussed with you? June 1. Which state it hits? You should know. It hits the state of Kerala. This is the first state where you will be getting monsoon. If there is any news, first day of June, if it is hitting, then normally for all the countries or for all the districts, it will be even. So this date is particularly important. What do you mean by onset is, if it is correct, for 2025, if it hits correctly, then it means persistent rainfall, not just isolated shower. So it will be persisting throughout the 3 months. Adequate soil moisture for sowing. By this only the farmers will be having a graph. The same way all the farmers have a graph. That means when they will sow, when they will reap. Everything has a graph. So this I will discuss in future slides. Now, this is called progress of monsoon in advance. First day is called June. July and August will be the progressing place. What is onset is starting? Progress is, it starts at June. Progress will be July, August. So these two places will be called progression, which will be at early stages. Central India in mid-June, you will be having that. The northern plains late June or July. So when the rainfall completely goes here, what will happen? Due to the obstruction of the hills, again the rain will be progressing towards this phase. Northeast monsoon is, it will hit like here and it will come back to all the places. That is called retreating rain, which I have told you. What are the importances? Determines Kharif crops. What do you mean by Kharif crops are? These are the crops which they will start sowing. The farmers will not look into calendars. The farmers will check the weather and what is happening in their environment. Then only they will start to work. The June 1 they will not sow. When they will sow is, what is the first day of rainfall? At that day they will start sow. Do you understand? The farmers have a time frame that it determines the timing of sowing. If it starts 1 week later, the farmers will not sow today. After 1 week only they will start sowing. So what are the crops they will sow? These crops are here, which has been highlighted. Delayed onset leads to agricultural stress. What will happen? If 1 week is late or 3 days is late, the farmers will stop. They will start sowing only after the rain starts or onset starts. Sir, why I need to know? June 1 or June 7 it is going to start. What is the reason is, if early onset causes flood. Sir, what happens? Naturally, Bangalore will start to have the monsoon in June 7. If it is happening in June 4 or June 1, that year they will be having flood. The onset specifies the date that if it is so quick, then flood will happen throughout the year. If it is so late, drought will happen. Sir, June 1 is okay. What about 25th? 25th of May. If it is starting to progress the rainfall in the sense, then there will be flood. June 7 is there. June 10 also is over. No rainfall is there, means you have to be prepared that throughout the year you will be not having enough rainfall, drought will be there. So like that, monsoon affects our day-to-day life. Yes. Next thing, this is called withdrawal. I told you onset. What do you mean by withdrawal is, what is the last date of the rainfall? I told that the rainfall will start from here, from Kerala, but rainfall will stop from here. Do you understand the concept? From here starting progresses, stopping will be from here. So when does it stop? September 20th it will stop. When does the rainfall stop? At which place? You see in Punjab, Rajasthan it stops. Slowly it stops in all the places. Then peninsular part it stops at 15th of October. Do you see that this is September and 15th of October only the monsoon stops. Monsoon starts at which phase? July, August, September, October. October 15th it stops in northern Karnataka in October 15. This is called withdrawal of monsoon. So the whole 3 months you will be having the rainfall. This is called withdrawal, refers to gradual cessation of monsoon rainfall. It begins in northwest India, but onset will be in southwest. Withdrawal starts in northwest of India. This is the phenomena. Rajasthan and Punjab in mid-September. Peninsular India will be in October or mid-October you will be having this withdrawal. You see the concept here. If it is too dry, if the climate is too dry, drought will be there. What will happen? The low density air will become into a cloud and cyclone will form. If there is no drought, cyclone will not form. This is called high pressure and low pressure. Cyclone will only form in the drought places. If cyclone forms at that year, you have to understand that there will be less rainfall. This is the proportion of drought and the rainfall. The characteristic is increase in temperature and humidity, clear skies during a day. What do you mean by withdrawal is, after October only you can see the clear sky. Clouds will not be there throughout 365 days. From July to October, you cannot see the clear sky. After October only you can see the clear sky. By understanding the sky itself, you can say that clear skies will be there. You have to understand the withdrawal portion of monsoons are there. Cyclone storms may form. These are the effective things are there. The effective rainfall depends on the following four parameters: intensity, duration, soil type, and the evaporation loss. Now, I told you, this is important for agriculturalist. How many people's parents are agricultural background? You have to know this. This is a graph which has been published by agricultural department. Sir, I should sow the seed. When I should sow? If you are a soya bean farmer, if you are farming that, you have to sow in June. It is sowing. When you have to harvest, H starts for harvest. So you have to sow in June, harvest in September. If you are harvesting rabi crop, zaid crops, etc. So this is a map which clearly says you that, sir, when to sow, when to progress, when to reap. So according to all the crops. In India, I told, we are purely concentrating on vegetables, not in the fruits. So you have to understand number of vegetables are there. This the map shows that in which places the major produced states. What are the states? They are producing according to the statistics. So you have the states, sowing and harvesting is there. Significance of withdrawals, you can understand agricultural calendar. This is agricultural calendar. Influence on water storage and reservoirs. So this is the key parameter of onset. If onset is early, flood will be there. If onset is late, drought will be there. This phenomena I have told. If withdrawal is early, drought in early stress, and withdrawal is late, potential increase in total rainfall. So according to onset and withdrawal, we can see continuous year how much water will be available. Sir, why we are studying this is, what is the title of the subject? Water conservation. When we need conservation is, first you should understand how about the rainfall. If rainfall is less, how you conserve. If rainfall is high, how you should conserve. What is the rainwater harvesting system you have to use? So before going into rainwater harvesting, you should know about rainfall. If rainfall is less, what kind of rainwater harvesting you should make. So like that, initial module 1 will completely discusses on the rainfall parameters. Now this is called wet spell. Wet spell is the parameter where in definition they say that throughout the year, Indian Meteorological Department says that wet spell is 2 or more consecutive days with rainfall less than 2.5 mm is called wet spell. Sir, I am in monsoon period. What is monsoon period? June, July, August. In this 3 months, if consecutively 3 days or 7 days there is no rainfall in your period, then it is called dry spell. What is wet spell is, if there is consecutively 2 or 3 days which is having rainfall, then it is called wet spell. Wet spell is high amount of rainfall, dry spell is no amount of rainfall. So this is the reason for the wet spell, continuous period during which regular rainfalls are there, which is called wet spell. Sir, what if there is rainfall but there is not even groundwater recharge? Imagine that you are having rainfall. It comes only for 5 minutes and it stops. There is no use for anyone. If rainfall comes and it is there for continuous 12 hours, there is no use for anyone. You understand? Rainfall should be there. The minimum duration it should be there. Sir, if rainfall is coming, is it good or not? That depends on the intensity. If it is sprinkling with some time, 5 to 10 minutes and it is going, that is no use. If it is coming for hours and days, that is also no use. So there is a minimum thought. So that minimum is given by Indian Meteorological Department for 2 or more days which greater than 2.5 mm. The rain should not come in 12 hours in whole month and it should not stop. It should be continuous. So that is called a wet spell. The characteristics is consecutive days you will have. It is useful for agricultural, etc. How about groundwater? In terms of groundwater, we know that if rainfall comes, groundwater will increase. Sir, what is the minimum amount of rainfall required for recharging ground? If short summer is there, the groundwater cannot absorb. It will evaporate. Yes or no? Sun is there, it will evaporate all the groundwater. So, what is the minimum is groundwater recharges if rainfall is minimum 10 to 20 mm of rainfall over 48 hours is the needful for groundwater recharge. Even though rain is there, how much rain is minimum required? 10 to 20 mm rainfall is required. Sir, how they are measuring rainfall? Any idea? The rainfall is measured by 10 mm, 20 mm. How they measure? Do they measure the drop of the water? 10 mm rain, 20 mm rain. How they measure? Is anybody standing with scale and measuring? What is that? Have you heard about rain gauge? Rain gauge. In future class I will discuss. This is not the topic, but understand that rainfall is measured by rain gauge. So groundwater will only recharge if rainfall is more than 10 to 20 mm. Now for agriculture, for agricultural phenomena, more than 40 mm per day, if rainfall is there, then only the crops will absorb. If short rainfall is there, the crops cannot absorb, it will evaporate. So minimum 40, greater than 40 mm of rainfall is required. So this is a statistics which I have taken from Times of India. This is Times of India. This is a statistics of Bangalore. In Bangalore, what are the water conservation measures are there in order to take care of droughts? 2022, 23, 24. Bangalore rainfall is here. What is the rainfall recharge? 10.01. In all the 3 years we have 10 around of rainfall. How they are conserving? Number of water conservation structures. You see 167, 168, 315. You see a drastic double time water conservation increase in 2024 when Bangalore suffered for severe water scarcity. In this year, no? Bangalore had one water scarcity, isn't it? So they constructed more number of conservation structures. So you can see double the times of water conservation structures. What are water conservation structures? Rainwater harvesting, ponds, creating ponds, watersheds, etc. are called conservation. You see, groundwater irrigations are even for all the 3 years. The Times of India, this news is being published. So how the Bangalore are in rural places around, they are conserving the resources. What are the effects are? Crop reservoirs, etc. So these are the effects. In India particularly, July to August is the peak of wet spell. Wet spell I told, continuous rainfall. July to August, which will be continuous rainfall. What do you mean by dry spell? I told, which is the opposite. Opposite of wet spell is the dry spell. More than 3 to 7 days, there is no rainfall or less than 1 mm rainfall is called dry spell. Sir, I am in monsoon. For 1 week, there is no rainfall. That is called what? Dry spell in that year. So if it is exceeding 11 days, it's also a dry spell where you have little or no rainfall. There will be a break phase in monsoon. Break phases in the whole 3 years, you will be having a break for 1 to 2 weeks, which will be creating dry spells, which creates cyclones and hurricanes. So these are the effects in India. Occasionally it comes in August, and this is effective in interior peninsula. Dry spell will only be there in interior peninsula, not in all places. But wet spell will be there in which state? Where you will be having continuous rainfall? West Bengal, Meghalaya, these places you will be having wet spell. Dry spells will be interior peninsula, and prolonged dry spell will create agricultural impact. And last one is called critical dry spell. What do you mean by critical is, sir, if rainfall is not coming in this time, then our crops will fail. So this is called critical dry spell. I told that there is a day for sowing, there is a day for reaping. So if the rainfall is not there, or low rainfall or no rainfall is there, what will happen? The crops will die. So this is the place at the critical time the rainfall should be there, which is called critical dry spell. It might be 10 to 15 days. The continuous rainfall is not there. These are the key characteristics: soil moisture depletion, etc. What are the impact is? First one, you see that the crops will be there, but it will be not having stem. It will fall. It will be not growing. If it is seeing like that, then it is called what? It is under critical dry spell. You need water in order to save this crop. So this is called poor germination, wilting. This phenomenon is called wilting. It will fall down, which is called what? Wilting of crops. Then next thing is called poor germination. What do you mean by poor germination is, see, all the places seeds are there. Not all the seeds will come up. Only one or few seeds will come up. This is called poor germination. These are the process or the reason for critical dry spell. Increased of irrigation. In Indian monsoon, what are the critical periods are? July to August. This is critical. Rain-fed regions such as Deccan Plateau and Central India have this kind of critical dry spell issues. In cricket, they used to say spell. Who is bowling the two spells? This spell is being derived from monsoon. Monsoons are called spells.